Every day, Kanan watches as Charo searches the town for Shota. Namtaka sees her and speaks to her.
You're keeping a good eye on him, I see. Tell me, Kanan, how did you get separated from Charo?
Well, it's a long story.
Kanan lowers her eyes and starts her story.
My owner was an old woman named Sanae. We were always together.
Kanon's owner, Sanae, lived alone. It was a simple life without many luxuries, and Kanon was her only companion. One day, Sanae gave Kanon a band for her leg.
On the band was written, "The future is yours. Never give up." That was Sanae's husband's favourite saying. It was my favourite as well.
The future is yours. Never give up, is it?
That's right. When she gave me the band, Sanae said, "It doesn't matter how old I get. I love to keep dreaming. I love to live life to the fullest. I want you to know that feeling too." It really touched me how much she cared for me.
I know Charo loves his owner too. Like mother, like son.
I suppose so. At the time, I was pregnant for the last time. Sanae gave me the band to help keep my spirits up. But then...
One day, while Sanae was out shopping, she fell suddenly ill and was taken to the hospital. Kanon did not know this. She simply waited at home, growing more and more worried.
Sanae didn't come home. I waited without much to eat for days. But she didn't come home.
That sounds hard.
It was. A few days later, I gave birth to a puppy. That was Charo. He couldn't even open his eyes yet. He whimpered and cried, holding his thin little body against mine. Looking at my baby, I felt so thankful, so happy he'd been born safely. I took the band off my leg and gave it to him. He chewed it, played with it. He was so cute.
Kanon had eaten very little, so she could not produce much milk for Charo, but she fed her baby as much as she could.
One day, a stranger came to the house.
A stranger?
I was scared, so I grabbed Charo without thinking and ran to the park behind the house. I put Charo inside a box there. "Don't move," I told him, and went back to the house.
Was the stranger there?
Yes. But he called me by name. "Kanon, let's go," he said, and picked me up. It turns out he was Sanae's son.
Oh.
Sanae's son put Kanon in the car, not knowing she had a baby, not knowing she had left that baby behind. Kanon tried to jump out, but he stopped her.
Sanae's son told me, "Sanae misses you very much. Just take it easy." But I had left my baby behind. The car drove by the park. "My baby's there, please!" I cried out over and over, but the car didn't stop. We drove away and I lost sight of the park. but my baby's cries kept ringing in my ears.
Canon finishes her story with a sigh. The only sound in the silence is the tick-tock of the clock in the hallway.
So that's how Charo came to be alone in the park.
Yes. I went back to the park once after that, but my baby was gone. I could only pray some good person had taken him home.
At that point, Charo comes back to the lodge. He knows nothing of Canon's story. He just smiles cheerfully at her.
Canon, you're here!
Oh, hello, Charo. Welcome back. How did the search go today?
I found nothing nearby. Now, I'm going to the other side of the hill.
Oh, well, be careful.
Canon, thank you for the other day. You said you would look for shelter for me. That was very nice.
Charo.
I could tell you cared for me. That made me really happy. Thank you.
Charo runs happily off toward the hill. Canon watches him go with a smile.